Are U.S. Treasury bonds still safe to invest in?
Very much so. I think this is not an issue of credit rating. The United States can pay any debt it has because we can always print money to do that. So there is zero probability of default.
If you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it, or a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable.
The technology now is, and digital technologies mainly have an analytical power. Now we go into a predictive power, and we have seen the first examples, and your company very much involved into it. But then the next step could be to go into a prescriptive mode, which means you do not even have to have elections anymore, because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. We know CME opens tonight, so it's going to move the market. And then, of course, guys, in the morning, once yields get to moving, then we know it's going to move the market again. And guys, yield rates have been moving up. And we know when yield rates move up, it's going to hurt tech stocks and crypto, because crypto is a part of tech. But don't forget, we're the future. And then, of course, we had the dollar up on Friday. In crypto right now, volume is down. We didn't receive any liquidity this weekend. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether and USDC. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Friday repo was 1.77 trillion. And remember what Jerome Powell stated. Janet Yellen was going to be using the repo to put back the money that she tapped in those federal retirement accounts. So, guys, remember, you're part of a big plan. And don't forget, the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And guys, we had Greenspan on U.S. Treasuries. The United States has no chance of default, because the only thing we have to do is print money. And guys, we know he was right, but we know that changes and the fourth industrial revolution, this digital transformation. All these countries are getting off the dollar, but we know also going over to a digital economy, nothing is real. But all this technology give the powers that be even more power. We know about the CBDCs. We understand digital currencies. The climate agenda that changed the energy, so therefore they control your movements. And we know blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. And we know what the money is going to be programmable, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. But remember, during the C word, they already put the test out. You don't have to worry about uprising when the people are comfortable with sitting at home getting free money. But little do they know, they're going to be giving up all control to government. And guys, we know when you allow someone to feed you, they're definitely going to eventually starve you. And we know what the metaverse is all about. Spiritually, guys, they want your mind, body, and soul. So we can clearly see Babylon 2.0 is coming to an end. And you guys have witnessed history, all the crazy things that are going on in the world, and has still not brought the people together because they fall for the Hegelian dialectic. Divide and conquer. It works every single time. Guys, this is biblical. And now we're seeing the emerging markets rise. Now that the NWO owns just about everything on the globe. And don't forget, the BRICS nations probably has about 85% of the population. And we see the Middle East gravitating towards China. We see Israel gravitating towards China. Guys, it's right in front of your eyes. But unfortunately, the masses are distracted on things that don't matter. And by the time they wake up, the machines would have already taken over the economy. And guys, we know once that happened, it's not going back because now they have their own money. Crypto. It means hidden message, hidden meaning. These cryptos are not for you. It's for the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have Grayscale sent about $24.5 billion. And we have Grayscale CEO says using courts for every crypto issue squashes innovation. But guys, we know all this is done on purpose. All this is movies. The Ripple case, Grayscale case, Luna, the Bankman. All this was part of bringing in the new economy. Remember, guys, they have to stall the United States in order to give time for the emerging markets to rise. Now that the emerging markets are ready to flip that switch, and we know it happens next year, and the United States follows in 2025. But don't forget, the emerging markets are 10 to 15 years ahead. And in the United States, we definitely have the technology, but we know it's sitting behind the curtain. They're going to move it in phases. Remember, guys, this is a plan. It doesn't happen overnight. And getting over into a little crypto news, we have Voyager's token transfer to Coinbase grows sell-off suspicions. And guys, we know we're almost getting into that fourth quarter, and we know that's when the entertainment is going to begin. We also know we have Mt. Gox, plus we hear those drums are beating, and we know we're going to be getting news coming out of the BRICS nation because we know they're about to flip that switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.